so 6mm. So it looks like those clamps have been replaced before, so the clamp bolts were different. I really need my tripod mount, so I can actually use two hands to. Alright, couplers out. Set it aside. And this cover down here, if I remember correctly, this should just pop. Here, let's go ahead and disconnect this master flow sensor connector. Squeeze two pins, move it out of the way, and then done. Alright, so this is what I have. Grab one of these extensions, and I'm going to put two hands in there, slide it in that hole, and lift it up. I need to. Okay, so I still can't get that out, so we'll have to go ahead and remove this. I was trying to do it easier, but of course, yeah, sometimes things are just in a really bad location, too far back under all these panels. So unplug these two connectors. Yeah, so 13mm. So yeah, usually the ones up front, front coils are much easier to get to because there's room. But sometimes your number 5, luckily, not really, like unfortunately, it's all the way back there. So I couldn't really reach it. I'm gonna see if I can take off just the top panel. Slide this tab up. Rubber seal. One, two, three. I'm doing everything one-handed, so it's kind of tricky, but I need to hold the camera. So 1 and 2. Let's see if we have any more room. Yeah, so it's not even that much more room, but okay, it gave a little bit more room. Okay, I'm gonna try to do the same thing. Now I have a little bit more room. Try to pop it out. So the plastic surround, what I was pulling on, broke. It's just, I guess, just over time it gets really hot. So now I'm gonna have to remove this tire brace. Now I need to clear up as much room as I can so I can reach down there and actually get to it. Yeah, sometimes things go wrong. Just kind of go with the flow. Okay, got that bar off. Now I'm gonna reach down there and try to get that. Okay, so there's still not enough room. I need to get this panel off now. So removing the air box. Take out this breather hose. Set it aside. That's free. Take out this filter. Okay, I believe 10 millimeter and another 10 millimeter down there. And this coupler, you can just push this out of the way for now. There we go. $10 millimeter. So both those 10 millimeter nuts are off. This slides right up. Get that out of the way. Now this panel should come off. And clear enough room for it. So just move these wires. AC line. Yeah. Okay. Got that cover out. Alright. We have much more room work with, and now we need to get that off. So okay, I was able to get it out. Grab some pliers. Just basically grabbed as much as I could of all of this and yanked it out. It's all broken, but we're replacing it, so I'm just glad it came out. Now I have a new one I can pop in there and we should be good to go. Start reassembling everything. I actually have an extra spark plug as well, so new coil spark plug. I'm gonna go ahead and change it. Okay, so what I used was spark plug removal tool, a short extension, and then one of these swivel. And I was able to get it out. Go ahead and switch the new one in there. Number 3. Let's see how hard it is to remove this. I believe this is the one I changed last time. Let's do that. So then we're both troubleshooting basically, because I don't want to reach back here. I know the number 3 was good. So I know the number 3 is good. I just want to make sure if I do have to change it, it's the one all the way back here. Or it'll be number 3 right here. So this will be easier to change if it's right up front. And then the other from number 3 cylinder, I'm gonna move back here. Okay. got it in. Right there. Alright, so I pulled the wires this way and the AC line this way. I was able to wedge that in. That's back in. What, airbox map sensor. This one's a little tricky. I don't want to tighten it with one hand. Okay. Tighten those two 10mm bolts. Now put the filter back in. You probably, I don't know if you have this filter or not, but this is how you install the Dynon. Or, yeah, Dynon. I call it Dynon. I don't know what it's really called. Turn the clamp, small filter. So you line this clamp up, so this opening right here, so then you can put your, so line it up so you can see the flathead screw. Cover back on. So this cover is tricky. Put all the pins in, but don't push the tabs down yet. You want it to all kind of line up first before you tighten the plastic pins all the way down. Oh! How am I gonna reach that? Work on the car. Okay, so I was trying to do everything one-handed and I dropped that little pin down there. It's a pretty narrow gap. We'll see if I can fish it out with a pair of chopsticks. Ha! Got it. I guess it's a good thing my parents taught me how to use chopsticks when I was a kid. It comes in handy for something else other than eating. All right, got that pin back out. Let's go ahead and finish this. All right, I'll make sure I don't drop it this time. All right, all the pins are in. Now push them down. I like to go back and forth on different edges, just so it gets pushed down evenly. All right, let's go ahead and finish up the job. Coupler, and then the intake's back up there. Cabin air filters, not an intake. Well, let's go ahead and I'll plug that in after I put the coupler on. Not sure if it's going to be in the way. So small side onto the box, large side to the plenum. Good. Face the clamps up. And I used the 6mm earlier. sorry for the shaky camera. I have a tripod that I was trying to set up earlier, but I was having issues with it. It had to be recharged. I have one of those stabilizing ones. I'll have to use it. I normally use it for my other videos, but it was out of battery and I wanted to get this done. So I'm doing everything one-handed, holding the camera and trying to use tools. But, all right, let's go ahead and plug this back in so we don't forget. Wipe this down a little. So earlier when I scanned the car, there was a whole bunch of check engine codes. I'll go ahead and reset it and see what pops back up. I'm pretty sure I have to change the idle actuator. I know my idle jumps up and down once in a while, but I've been kind of putting it off. It hasn't left me stranded yet. Even with the misfire, it didn't really leave me stranded. It just jumped into limp mode and it was idling rough, but I was able to still drive. Yeah, I think the main things to worry about is the SMG pump. Whenever that messes up, you're stuck in gear and you can't change gears. You can't really drive the car anywhere. So I've been stranded by the SMG pump 2 or 3 times, and that's no fun. But yeah, basically I just tow it to my house and then I end up working on it. I've changed out so this has gone through, first time I got stranded, dealership did it. They fixed it. All they did was they changed the accumulator on the SMG unit. So they didn't really change the motor or anything. And that was pretty expensive to get them to fix that. But they fixed it. And then second time was the unit gave out again. And it slipped so bad that it wouldn't even let me drive. So I had it the car towed to this, you want to slide the left hand side in first before you line that up. Make sure the wire goes through here. Once it slides in, you'll know. So just kind of move it around a little. Play with it until you get it in. And just line that front end up and then the back. So there, it goes through between that. Make sure that lines up. So then the air box goes on there. Before we tighten those screws, do the other side. Same thing. Line this up first. No, middle. You line up the middle after. Drop it in place. It's lined up. Let's put this. Line up this front piece first. Okay, once that's in, start tightening the screws. One, 2, 3. Make sure you don't over tighten it. You don't want to break this. These are all plastic. And there should be 4 or 5. 4, line up the pegs in the back first. Once it's in, I like to plug these in first before I even tighten the screws. Okay, so one right there. Slide that over. This piece back on. So you just line it up like that to the middle, so it's evenly distributed both sides, and then slide it. Lock in place. Other air box. Line up the back. Last screw. Rubber trim. Weather stripping. I think it keeps the water out. Keeps the water out of the engine bay so it doesn't slide down the hood when it's closed. Alright, I think we have everything back together. We'll go ahead and we'll clear all the codes, start it up, and see what happens. Hopefully it's fixed because I don't want to take that apart. Okay, I just put up all the tools, and I was about to close my hood, and I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, I used chopsticks on the car to get some done. And here it is. Luckily I didn't close the hood. Yeah, that could have been bad if it's just rattling in there. But maybe I should just add this to my toolbox and make, yeah, I'll start using chopsticks for everything I repair. But alright, yeah, let's go ahead and reset. Let's go ahead and reset we'll clear all the codes, and then we'll go for a test drive. Hopefully it's fixed. Okay, it's pretty hot out here, even in the garage. But I just finished changing out that number 5 coil in the back for the misfire. And what we're gonna do is, I'm booting up the computer. We're gonna clear all the codes. And then I'll take it for a test drive. Yeah, we'll take it for a test drive and see if any other codes pop up. And I know earlier there was either a thermostat issue or just a coolant temperature sensor. I'll have to dig into that later. But it shouldn't cause drivability issues. I don't think it'll leave me stranded anywhere with those sensors, bad sensors or bad thermostat. Yeah, as long as it doesn't leave me stranded, I don't really care. If it goes into limp mode, it's not that big of a deal for me. I don't drive fast anyways. But alright, let's go ahead and clear the codes.